Hello, this is StarMeet. Today, a complete guide to 27 Nakshatras, the lunar mansions of Vedic astrology. You'll learn what a nakshatra is, how it determines your life timing through the Vimshottari Dasha system, how nakshatras are used in compatibility and in choosing auspicious moments. The free calculator link, first line in the description below. When Anna asked her Jyotish teacher why her life felt like it accelerated in 2019 and went quiet in 2022, the answer was not in her sun sign or rising chart. It was in a single number, the nakshatra her moon occupied at the moment of her birth. That nakshatra defined which planetary period she was living through, at what pace, and what its inner theme was. This is the power of the nakshatra system. Nakshatras are the oldest astrological coordinates in Vedic tradition, predating the zodiac sign system by centuries. While Western astrology divides the sky into 12 solar signs, Jyotish divides it into 27 lunar mansions, one for each day of the moon's sidereal orbit. The result is a system of extraordinary precision. The word nakshatra comes from Sanskrit, naksha meaning map of the sky, and tra meaning a means of protection or guidance. Together, they describe the nakshatra's role, a celestial map that the moon uses to navigate the sky and that Jyotish uses to navigate time. Here are the key points you'll learn in this guide. The 27 nakshatras divide the sidereal zodiac into arcs of exactly 13 degrees and 20 minutes each, derived from the moon's 27.3-day orbital period. Each nakshatra has 4 padas or quarters of 3 degrees 20 minutes, creating 108 total divisions that map directly onto the Navamsha chart. Your Janma Nakshatra, your birth moon's nakshatra, determines your entire Vimshottari Dasha sequence, a 120-year planetary timing system. The Ashtakuta Compatibility system scores 8 factors across nakshatras for a maximum of 36 points, with Nadikuta carrying the highest weight at 8 points. Pushya Nakshatra is considered the king of nakshatras for all endeavors, yet is strictly forbidden for marriage in classical Jyotish. And Abhijit, the 28th nakshatra, exists only for Muhurta timing, never used in natal astrology or compatibility. Find your Janma Nakshatra using the free calculator link in the description.
A nakshatra is one of 27 equal divisions of the sidereal zodiac. Each nakshatra spans exactly 13 degrees and 20 minutes of celestial longitude. Together, they cover the full 360-degree circle. 27 times 13 degrees 20 minutes equals 360 degrees. The nakshatra count is not arbitrary. It is astronomically derived. The moon completes one full orbit around the Earth relative to the fixed stars in approximately 27.32 days. Ancient Vedic astronomers rounded this to 27, assigning one nakshatra for each day of the moon's journey. The mathematics: 360 degrees divided by 27.32 equals approximately 13.18 degrees per day, rounded to 13 degrees 20 minutes per nakshatra. Classical texts occasionally reference a 28th nakshatra called Abhijit, which occupies a narrow span in sidereal Capricorn and corresponds to the bright star Vega. Critical rule: Abhijit is never used in natal chart analysis, Vimshottari Dasha calculation, or compatibility matching. It exists exclusively as a Muhurta timing tool. We'll come back to that. Now, the difference between nakshatras and rashis, the zodiac signs. A rashi is a 30-degree arc of the ecliptic. There are 12 rashis. The sun transits one rashi per month. Rashis describe solar qualities: outer personality, ego, life direction. A nakshatra is a 13-degree 20-minute arc. There are 27 nakshatras. The moon transits one nakshatra approximately 24 to 25 hours. Nakshatras describe lunar qualities: emotional nature, subconscious patterns, karmic inheritance. Each Rashi contains exactly 2.25 nakshatras, which means nakshatras always cross Rashi boundaries, creating a matrix of solar and lunar influences. A planet in Aries at the first degree is in Ashwini Nakshatra. The same planet at 25 degrees Aries is in Kritika Nakshatra, two entirely different experiential qualities. Nakshatras are measured in the sidereal zodiac, fixed relative to the actual stars. The Western tropical zodiac moves with the equinoxes. Due to the precession of Earth's axis, the two zodiacs currently diverge by approximately 24 degrees, the Ayana correction. This is why the nakshatra system cannot be used with Western birth charts. Every nakshatra is divided into 4 padas, the Sanskrit word for quarter or foot, each spanning exactly 3 degrees 20 minutes. With 27 nakshatras and 4 padas each, that gives 108 padas total. The Navamsha chart, the D9, divides each Rashi into 9 equal parts of 3 degrees 20 minutes each. 12 Rashis times 9 equals 108 Navamsha divisions. Each pada therefore corresponds to exactly 1 Navamsha arc. The two systems overlap perfectly. This mathematical correspondence is not coincidental. The number 108 is sacred in Vedic cosmology. There are 108 Upanishads, 108 names of Vishnu, 108 beads on a japa mala. The nakshatra navamsha equivalence reflects a fundamental order woven into the structure of Jyotish. To find which navamsha sign a planet occupies, you need only know its nakshatra pada number. Pada 1 of Ashwini, Aries navamsha. Pada 2, Taurus navamsha. Pada 3, Gemini navamsha. Pada 4, Cancer navamsha, and so on through the zodiac. In sequence, 2 special pada conditions are particularly important. The first is Vargotama, meaning best among Vargas. This occurs when a planet occupies the same sign in both the D1 Rashi chart and the D9 Navamsha chart. Vargotama planets always fall in specific padas: the first pada of movable signs, fourth pada of fixed signs, and second pada of dual signs. A Vargotama planet is considered exceptionally strong. It delivers its significations with unusual purity and concentration. The second is Pushkara Navamsha. Classical texts identify 12 specific Navamsha degrees across the zodiac as degrees of extraordinary spiritual and material grace. A planet in a Pushkara Navamsha is considered highly auspicious and well protected. The nakshatra occupied by the moon at the moment of birth is called the Janma Nakshatra, the birth star. This nakshatra determines 3 crucial things. First, which planetary dasha you were born into. Each nakshatra belongs to one of 9 planetary dasha runers. Second, what percentage of that dasha remains at birth, determined by how far the moon had progressed through the nakshatra. Third, the complete sequence of planetary periods for your entire lifetime. Vimshottari, which means 120 years in Sanskrit, assigns each planet a fixed period and 3 specific nakshatras. The total cycle is exactly 120 years, considered the ideal human lifespan in classical Jyotish. The sequence always runs in this order: Ketu, then Venus, then Sun, Moon, Mars, Rahu, Jupiter, Saturn, and Mercury. Then it repeats. Let me give you the complete table. Ketu governs a 7-year period and rules the nakshatras Ashwini, Magha, and Mula. Venus governs a 20-year period, the longest, and rules Bharani, Purva Palguni, and Purva Ashadha. The Sun governs a 6-year period, the shortest, and rules Kritika, Uttara Palguni, and Uttara Ashadha. The Moon governs a 10-year period and rules Rohini, Hasta, and Shravana. Mars governs 7 years and rules Mrigashira,
Chitra and Dhanishta. Rahu governs 18 years and rules Ardra, Swati, and Shatabisha. Jupiter governs 16 years and rules Punarvasu, Vishaka, and Purva Bhadrapada. Saturn governs 19 years and rules Pushya, Anuradha, and Uttara Bhadrapada. Mercury governs 17 years and rules Ashlesha, Jeshta, and Ravati. The total, 120 years, 27 nakshatras. How to use this? Find your Janma Nakshatra. Look up its dasha ruler. That planet's Mahadasha was active at your birth. The remaining duration depends on how many degrees the moon had already traveled through the nakshatra. For example, Victor was born with the moon in Ashlesha Nakshatra. Ashlesha belongs to Mercury, a 17-year dasha. If the moon was at the beginning of Ashlesha, Victor was born at the start of Mercury Mahadasha. His subsequent sequence is Mercury 17, then Ketu 7, Venus 20, Sun 6, Moon 10, Mars 7, Rahu 18, Jupiter 16, Saturn 19. Find your current Mahadasha with the free calculator. Link in the description. The 27 nakshatras divide the sidereal zodiac into equal arcs of 13 degrees 20 minutes each, a number derived directly from the moon's 27.3-day sidereal orbital period. Let me walk you through them in groups by their position across the zodiac. The first group is in Aries. Ashwini, from 0 to 13 degrees 20 minutes of Aries, ruled by Ketu with the Ashwini Kumaras as its deity. The symbol is a horse's head. The Shakti is swift healing and rapid action. Ashwini natives are pioneers, often the first to act with a healing or therapeutic quality. Ketu's rulership creates spiritual impulses and a capacity to move beyond conventional limitations.
Bharani, from 13 degrees 20 minutes to 26 degrees 40 minutes of Aries. Ruled by Venus with Yama, the god of death and righteous judgment, as its deity. The symbol is the yoni, the womb or vessel. The Shakti is the power of carrying away, as in carrying the soul between realms. Bharani natives carry enormous creative and destructive capacity simultaneously. Kritika, from 26 degrees 40 minutes of Aries through 10 degrees Taurus, the only nakshatra to span 2 signs. Ruled by the sun with Agni as deity. The symbol is a flame or razor. The Shakti is the power of burning and purifying. Kritika represents sharp discernment, cutting away the impure to reveal the essential. The second group is in Taurus. Rohini, from 10 to 23 degrees 20 minutes of Taurus. The moon's favorite nakshatra. The moon is said to have been most in love with Rohini among all 27 nakshatra wives. Governed by the moon with Prajapati as deity. The symbol is a cart or chariot. The Shakti is the power of growing upward. Rohini confers extraordinary beauty, creativity, and material abundance. Mrigashira, spanning from Taurus into early Gemini. Governed by Mars with Soma as deity. The symbol is a deer's head. The Shakti is the power of giving joy. Mrigashira natives are eternal searchers, restless minds with a gift for finding beauty in unexpected places. The third group spans Gemini and Cancer. Ardra, in Gemini, governed by Rahu, ruled by Rudra, the fierce form of Shiva. The symbol is a teardrop or diamond. The Shakti is the power of effort through pain. Ardra natives often come from difficult beginnings that forge extraordinary resilience. Punarvasu, meaning the return of light, spans Gemini into Cancer. Governed by Jupiter with Aditi as deity. The symbol is a quiver of arrows. The Shakti is the return of abundance after adversity. Punarvasu represents restoration and second chances. Pushya, In Cancer, governed by Saturn with Brihaspati as deity. The symbol is a flower or circle. The Shakti is spiritual radiance. Pushya is universally recognized as the most auspicious nakshatra for worldly endeavors. The Guru Pushya Yoga, when Jupiter transits Pushya, is considered supremely auspicious. Yet for marriage, Pushya is strictly forbidden. We'll explain why.
Ashlesha, completing Cancer, governed by Mercury, with the Nagas as deity. The symbol is a coiled serpent. The Shakti is the power to entwine and hold. Ashlesha natives have penetrating intelligence and a capacity for deep research. From Leo through Virgo, we have the solar axis nakshatras. Magha opens Leo, governed by Ketu, with the Pitars, the ancestral deities. The symbol is a throne or palanquin. The Shakti is departing the body. Magha natives carry a strong sense of lineage and command natural authority. Purva Falguni and Uttara Falguni continue through Leo into Virgo, both connected to themes of pleasure, partnership, and accumulation of wealth. Hasta is in Virgo, governed by the moon with Savitar as deity. The symbol is an open hand. The Shakti is skill in crafts. Hasta natives excel at practical creativity. Chitra spans Virgo into Libra, governed by Mars with Vishwakarma as deity. The symbol is a bright jewel. The Shakti is collecting merit. Through Libra and Scorpio, we have the relationship sphere nakshatras. Swati in Libra, governed by Rahu with Vayu as deity. The symbol is a coral bead or sword. The Shakti is scattering like the wind. Swati confers independence and adaptability. Vishaka spans Libra into Scorpio, governed by Jupiter with Indra and Agni as dual deities. The symbol is a triumphal arch or gateway. The Shakti is achieving goals. Vishaka natives are driven, persistent, and goal-focused. Anuradha in Scorpio, governed by Saturn with Mitra as deity. The symbol is a lotus or staff. The Shakti is success through devotion. Anuradha supports friendship and organizational ability. Jyeshta completes Scorpio, governed by Mercury, with Indra as deity. The symbol is a circular amulet or umbrella. The Shakti is ascending to seniority. Jyeshta natives carry authority and sometimes the burden of leadership. In Sagittarius and Capricorn, the philosophical axis. Mula opens Sagittarius, governed by Ketu with Nriti as deity. The symbol is tied roots or an elephant goad. The Shakti is uprooting and destruction that enables new growth. Mula natives seek the root causes of all things. Purva Ashata and Uttara Ashata carry Venus and Sun energy respectively, both supporting victory and achievement. Shravana is in Capricorn, governed by the moon with Vishnu as deity. The symbol is 3 footprints or an ear. The Shakti is connecting and uniting. Shravana natives are listeners and learners. In Aquarius and Pisces, the dissolving final dimension. Dhanishta spans Capricorn into Aquarius, governed by Mars, with the Ashtavasus as deity. The symbol is a drum or flute. The Shakti is giving fame and prosperity. Shatabisha in Aquarius, governed by Rahu, with Varuna as deity. The symbol is an empty circle or 100 stars. The Shakti is cosmic healing. Shatabisha natives carry a healer's vocation and a deep connection to hidden knowledge. Purva Bhadrapada spans Aquarius into Pisces, governed by Jupiter, with Ajay Kapat as deity. The symbol is a funeral cot. The Shakti is elevating the worshipper through transformation. Uttara Bhadrapada in Pisces, governed by Saturn, with Ahir Budnaya as deity. The symbol is the back legs of a cot. The Shakti is bringing rain and abundance after hardship. Revati closes the zodiac, governed by Mercury, with Pushan as deity. The symbol is a fish or mridanga drum. The Shakti is nourishing with milk. Revati natives carry a quality of completion, tenderness, and safe passage into new cycles. Nadi Kuta carries the highest weight in Ashtakuta Compatibility, 8 out of 36 points, making a Nadi dosha. Where both partners share the same Nadi type, the single most serious incompatibility marker in classical Vedic marriage matching. The Ashtakuta system evaluates compatibility across 8 factors called kutas, derived from the Janma Nakshatras of both partners. The maximum possible score is 36 points. Traditional texts suggest a minimum of 18 points for a workable match. 28 points or more is considered excellent. Here are the 8 kutas. Nadi Kuta, 8 points maximum, measures constitutional and health compatibility. This is the most heavily weighted factor. Bakuta, 7 points, measures emotional and financial compatibility based on the Rashi distance between the partner's moon signs. Ganakuta, 6 points, measures temperament compatibility. Each nakshatra belongs to one of 3 Gana types, Diva, Manusha, or Rakasa. Same Gana scores highest. Maitri, 5 points, measures intellectual and friendship compatibility based on the Rashi lords.
Yoni Kuta, 4 points, measures physical and sexual compatibility. Each nakshatra is assigned an animal symbol with male or female designation. Same animal pairs score maximum. Terrakuta, 3 points, measures the auspiciousness of the stars relative to each other. Vasya, 2 points, measures mutual attraction and influence. Varna, 1 point, measures spiritual evolution compatibility. Now let me explain the 3 most important of these. Nadi Kuta. The Nadi system classifies all 27 nakshatras into 3 constitutional types from Ayurvedic medicine: Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Vata nakshatras include Ashwini, Ardra, Punarvasu, Uttara Falguni, Hasta, Jyeshta, Mula, Shatabasha, and Purva Bhadrapada. Pitta nakshatras include Bharani, Mrigashira, Pushya, Purva Falguni, Uttara Ashada, Anuradha, Purva Ashada, Dhanishta, and Uttara Bhadrapada. Kapha includes Kritika, Rohini, Aslesha, Magha, Swati, Vishaka, Shravana, and Revati. Nadi dosha occurs when both partners share the same nadi. This is considered the most serious dosha in Ashtakuta, suggesting constitutional incompatibility and, in classical texts, potential health issues in offspring. Partners with the same nadi score 0 on this factor. Different nadis score the full 8 points. Gana Kuta. The 9 Deva nakshatras are Ashwini, Mrigashira, Punarvasu, Pushya, Hasta, Swati, Anuradha, Shravana, and Revati. The 9 Manusha nakshatras are Bharani, Rohini, Ardra, Purva Falguni, Uttara Falguni, Purva Ashada, Uttara Ashada, Purva Bhadrapada, and Uttara Bhadrapada. The 9 Raksasa nakshatras are Kritika, Aslesha, Magha, Chitra, Vishaka, Jyeshta, Mula, Dhanishta, and Shatabasha. Same Gana scores 6 points. Deva with Manusha scores 5. Deva with Raksasa scores only 1 point. Manusha with Raksasa scores 0. Terrakuta. Count from the groom's Janma Nakshatra to the bride's. The position in the 9-count cycle determines auspiciousness. Positions 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9 are auspicious. Positions 1, 3, 5, 7 are inauspicious. Muhurta is the classical Vedic science of choosing auspicious moments for action. The nakshatra of the day, determined by the moon's current position, is the primary indicator in Muhurta selection. Classical Muhurta texts divide all 27 nakshatras into 7 quality categories.
Dhruva, or fixed, nakshatras are Rohini, Uttara Falguni, Uttara Ashada, and Uttara Bhadrapada. Use them for marriage, laying foundations, permanent contracts, and planting trees. These support anything long-lasting. Chara, or movable, nakshatras are Punarvasu, Swati, Shravana, Dhanishta, and Shatabisha. Best for travel, vehicle purchase, beginning journeys, and changing residence. Ugra, or fierce, nakshatras are Bharani, Magha, Purva Falguni, Purva Ashada, and Purva Bhadrapada. Use them for surgery, confrontation, debt collection, and forceful actions. Avoid for auspicious occasions and relationships. Mridu, or soft, nakshatras are Mrigashira, Chitra, Anuradha, and Revati. Best for arts, romance, learning, applying medicine, and making friends. Tikshna, or sharp, nakshatras are Ardra, Ashlesha, Jeshta, and Mula. Suitable for surgery, demolition, and severing ties. Avoid for positive beginnings. Lagu, or light, nakshatras are Ashwini, Pushya, Hasta, and Abhijit. Classical prescriptions for business initiation, trade, medical rituals, and daily activities. Mishra, or mixed, nakshatras are Kritika and Vishaka. Best reserved for fire rituals. Now let's talk about Tarabala, your personal nakshatra cycle. Beyond the general quality of a nakshatra, Tarabala measures its personal auspiciousness specifically for you based on your Janma Nakshatra. Count from your birth nakshatra to the current moon nakshatra. The position in the 9 cycle determines the quality. Position 1, Janma, is inauspicious. Avoid for important events. Position 2, Sampat, meaning wealth, is auspicious. Position 3, Vipat, meaning danger, is inauspicious. Position 4, Kshema, meaning comfort, is auspicious. Position 5, Pratyak, meaning opposition, is inauspicious. Position 6, Sadhana, meaning achievement, is auspicious. Position 7, Nidana, meaning death, is the most inauspicious. Strongly avoid. Position 8, Mitra, meaning friend, is auspicious. Position 9, Parama Mitra, meaning best friend, is the most auspicious. Select Muhurta days when the moon transits your Tarabala positions 2, 4, 6, 8, or 9. Now, the Pushya paradox.
Pushya Nakshatra, governed by Saturn and celebrated as the king of all nakshatras for initiating ventures, is categorically forbidden for marriage muhurta in classical Jyotish, even when it forms the powerful Guru Pushya Yoga on a Thursday. This is one of the most well-known paradoxes in Jyotish. Pushya is so auspicious for business, education, purchases, and spiritual practices that classical texts call it the Nakshatra Raja, the king of all nakshatras. Yet, B.V. Raman's Muhurta explicitly states that marriage on Pushya is forbidden. The traditional reasoning, Saturn's cold, separating karmic energy, while excellent for focused work, creates emotional distance in the marriage bond, potentially leading to separation. And finally, Abhijit Muhurta. The 28th nakshatra, Abhijit, spans only 4 degrees, 13 minutes, 20 seconds in sidereal Capricorn. It is never used in natal astrology or compatibility. It exists exclusively as a Muhurta tool, the Brahma straw of electional timing. The Abhijit Muhurta is a window of approximately 48 minutes centered on solar noon each day. According to classical texts, this window can override most malefic planetary combinations, a rescue for events that cannot be rescheduled to an ideal day. The one restriction, it is weakened when the moon is transiting through Abhijit's own span in Capricorn, which occurs approximately once a month. The 5 elements of the Panchang, the Vedic almanac, are Vara, the weekday, Tithi, the lunar day, Nakshatra, the moon's current mansion, Yoga, the combined sun-moon longitude quality, and Karana, half of a Tithi. The nakshatra is considered the most powerful of these 5 for muhurta selection. A good nakshatra can compensate for a weak tithi or weekday. A severely inauspicious nakshatra can undermine an otherwise excellent combination. The Gana classification, Deva, Manushya, and Rakshasa, describes the fundamental psychological orientation of each nakshatra's energy. This is not a moral hierarchy. All three Ganas contain powerful, constructive qualities. It describes how a person characteristically engages with the world. Deva, or divine nakshatras, Ashwini, Mrigashira, Punarvasu, Pusha, Hasta, Swati, Anuradha, Shravana, and Revati. Deva nakshatra people operate from principles of dharma, righteous action, service, and spiritual aspiration. They tend toward a natural inclination toward ethics, helping others, and cooperation. Strong sense of duty and responsibility. Capacity for spiritual practice and philosophical thinking. The risk can be passive, overly idealistic, or avoid necessary confrontation. Manusha, or human nakshatras, Bharani, Rohini, Ardra, Purva Falguni, Uttara Falguni, Purva Ashada, Uttara Ashada, Purva Bhadrapada, and Uttara Bhadrapada. Manusha nakshatra people operate from the full spectrum of human experience: desire, creativity, ambition, love, conflict, and wisdom. Strong personal ambition and desire for achievement. Capacity for both extraordinary creativity and difficult emotions. The risk can be self-centered or driven by desire. Rakshasa, or fierce nakshatras: Kritika, Ashlesha, Magha, Chitra, Vishaka, Jyesta, Mula, Dhanishta, and Shatabisha. Rakshasa nakshatra people operate with intensity, independence, and a willingness to challenge conventional limits. Strong individual drive and the capacity to act outside social norms. Magnetic presence and penetrating intelligence. Ability to do what others cannot, for better or worse. The risk can be aggressive, manipulative, or destructive if undisciplined. Check your birth nakshatra and Gana type with the free calculator, link in the description. Let me answer the most common questions about nakshatras. What is a nakshatra in Vedic astrology? A nakshatra is one of 27 lunar mansions, each spanning exactly 13 degrees and 20 minutes of the sidereal zodiac. The moon transits one nakshatra approximately every 24 hours. The nakshatra occupied by the moon at birth, called Janma Nakshatra, determines your Vimshottari Dasha sequence and reveals your deepest emotional nature. How do I find my Janma Nakshatra? Your Janma Nakshatra is determined by the sidereal position of your moon at birth. Enter your birth date, time, and location into StarMeet's free calculator. It will instantly display your moon's nakshatra, pada, and the remaining percentage of your first Vimshottari Dasha period. Link in the description. What is the difference between a nakshatra and a rashi, or zodiac sign? A rashi spans 30 degrees and is the sun's domain. It describes your conscious identity and life direction. A nakshatra spans 13 degrees 20 minutes and is the moon's domain. It reveals your emotional nature, instincts, and karmic inheritance. Each rashi contains exactly 2.25 nakshatras, providing a much finer layer of analysis. How does Vimshottari Dasha relate to nakshatras? Vimshottari Dasha assigns each of the 9 planets a specific set of 3 nakshatras and a fixed period length. The nakshatra your moon occupied at birth determines which planet's dasha you were born into and what percentage of it remains, giving you a precise lifetiming map spanning 120 years. What is Nadi dosha and how serious is it? Nadi dosha occurs when both partners share the same Nadi type, Vata, Pitta, or Kapha. It carries the maximum weight of 8 points in the 36-point Ashtakuta system and is considered the most serious compatibility concern in classical Vedic marriage astrology. However, classical remedies exist, and many astrologers weigh it alongside other chart factors rather than treating it as an absolute veto. Why is Pushya Nakshatra forbidden for marriage? Pushya is governed by Saturn and celebrated as the king of all nakshatras for starting ventures.
but classical texts including B.V. Raman explicitly forbid it for marriage. Saturn's cold, separating energy conflicts with the warmth and continuity required for a successful marriage bond. What is the significance of nakshatra padas? Each nakshatra is divided into 4 padas of 3 degrees 20 minutes, matching the 108 Navamsha divisions. The pada reveals which Navamsha sign a planet occupies. Planets in Vargotama padas, where the D1 and D9 signs match, are significantly strengthened in their significations. Which nakshatras are best for starting a business? Lagu or light nakshatras, Ashwini, Pushya, Hasta, and Abhijit. These are classically prescribed for business initiation and trade. Dhruva or fixed nakshatras like Rohini and Uttara Phalguni are ideal for long-term commitments. Avoid Tikshna and Ugra nakshatras for positive new beginnings. What is Tara Bala and how do I calculate it? Tara Bala measures a nakshatra's personal auspiciousness relative to your Janma Nakshatra. Count from your birth nakshatra to the current moon nakshatra. The count position in the 9 cycle determines the result. Positions 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9 are auspicious for Muhurta selection. What is Abhijit Nakshatra and when is it used? Abhijit is the 28th nakshatra, spanning only 4 degrees 13 minutes 20 seconds in sidereal Capricorn. It is never used in natal astrology or compatibility. It exists exclusively as a Muhurta tool. The Abhijit Muhurta window, approximately 48 minutes at solar noon, can override most malefic combinations, except when the moon transits Abhijit's own span. The 27 nakshatras represent one of Vedic astrology's most complete and refined frameworks. They answer questions that the zodiac sign system cannot. Not just what your emotional nature is, but through which planetary period your life story is unfolding. Not just whether 2 people are compatible, but which specific biological, temperamental, and physical dimensions align or clash. Not just that a day is auspicious, but what type of action it specifically supports. The pada system creates 108 subdivisions of the zodiac, 27 nakshatras times 4 padas, identical to the 108 Navamsha divisions, making each nakshatra pada correspond to exactly 1 Navamsha sign. This mathematical elegance is one of Jyotish's most powerful structural insights. Vimshottari Dasha spans exactly 120 years, the complete cycle of 9 planets, each ruling 3 specific nakshatras, with period lengths ranging from the Sun's 6 years to Venus's 20 years. No other timing system in world astrology matches this precision and scope. 6 key facts to carry forward. First, 27 nakshatras times 13 degrees 20 minutes equals 360 degrees. The astronomy is inseparable from the astrology. Second, your Janma Nakshatra plus your birth time position within it gives you your entire 120-year dasha map. Third, Nadikuta is the highest weighted factor in Ashtakuta at 8 out of 36 points. Fourth, Pushya is the king nakshatra and forbidden for marriage. Fifth, Abhijit exists only for Muhurta, never for natal work. And sixth, your Gana, Deva, Manusha, or Rakshasa reveals your fundamental psychological orientation.
Calculate your Janma Nakshatra, Gana type, and current Mahadasha right now. The free StarMeet calculator link is the first line in the description. If this guide was helpful, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. In the next video, how to read a Vedic birth chart, Lagna, houses, and the pack method. See you on StarMeet.